And we are
Live, my friend. Live. As always, a little late, but it's fine. We'll make it past today. So what's up? How's it
not
going?
much, not much, man. Everything's good. How about you?
Regular Tuesday. Um, Getting Tuesday done. On va parler aujourd'hui de ce qu'on parle à chaque mardi, man. Puis ça me tentait de parler de ça parce que, bro, right now, I'm through like some storms. Like my son is coming to this world in a couple weeks. Like it could be any minute now. So like there's so much to do. Like there's always something like I could think of 1,000 things right now I could do. Uh, Before the end of the day, man. C'est juste fou, man. Il y a trop de choses à faire, la job, tout ça. Puis c'est ça, des fois, il faut choisir. Puis je trouvais que j'adore les mardis, man. Honnêtement, Tuesdays are the best. They're the best talks parce que sometimes I feel like when we're talking about getting things done and organization, people are thinking too much about like productivity, getting more done. Oh yeah, okay. Félix, il nous parle de mettre des choses dans notre calendrier. It's not about that. Like, we've all worked at some random, or not even random jobs. Like, we've had bosses qui étaient mal organisés. On a eu des jobs qui étaient juste mal organisés. N'importe quel endroit où tu vas aller, puis c'est mal placé, c'est mal organisé. Tu vas à l'épicerie, c'est mal positionné. Ils t'envoient à des places pour la caisse. Des fois, tu vas chez Costco, bro.
Pourquoi? I mean, that makes you just want to go home.
Or yeah, bro. It wants you not.
You don't feel back. Like it doesn't feel welcoming. Like it's comme un genre d'énergie qui like it repels you. I know exactly what you're saying.
When it's not organized, when it's not well sorted, it just feels like cloggy and just
100%.
You understand? Like, and it's in every part of life. So once you, if it's at work, once you get to work, you know it's gonna be cloggy and messy. You know you're gonna have to do manual stuff all day. Like you're gonna have to like speak to, I don't know, like. I'm obsessed with that. I'm a little bit obsessed with that. Like getting things.
But I love the analogy that you made about like going to the grocery store and it's not organized properly. And the same thing applies to your life. Like, man, I felt like that yesterday. I don't know. We were talking yesterday. I felt lost. I'm like, I work hard every single day. And like now I feel like not miserable, but like I feel like all the productive days that I put in, all the good days that I had, I felt like for that one little moment, you feel like it's. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't know if you have those days.
It's impossible. Like it's just impossible, bro. The image I have in my head right now is just like, as if, let's say you have to go do your grocery, like, and you don't. I don't like going to the grocery store. I just don't like to do that. Cette tâche-là, c'est une des affaires que j'aime le moins faire. I hate going to the grocery store, but imagine going to the grocery store, already not liking doing that task, and you go there and everything is a mess. You need to find the spaghetti and the things. Everything is messy. It's not well placed. It's not well sorted. Like there's no, toutes les rangées, tout est mélangé. Tu vas voir le gars, tu te dis, où est-ce qu'ils sont les pâtes? Je sais pas, man. Je sais pas, on est en train de penser à ça. Tu vas là-bas, les gens, ils n'ont pas placé les choses, c'est pas organisé. T'imagines-tu comment ça serait? Impossible. Puis il y a des magasins que c'est comme ça. Il y a des magasins comme tu vas à la friperie, il faut que tu trouves. Ça fait partie du deal. Fait que si tu vas à la friperie, how do you say friperie in English?
I don't think there's a way to say it in English. But wait, friperie is a store.
Friperie is those stores.
Friperie?
No, friperie. So I said it fast. Sorry. So friperie is where you buy clothes for very, very cheap price.
Ah,
And
the thrift
everything is
shop.
thrift shop. Sorry, bro, I suck. I
Bro,
remembered and I didn't remember.
je suis
C'est
tellement,
fou. Je
je suis
savais
tellement
c'était quoi.
content. Je suis tellement content que tu avais mentionné ça. Je vais te laisser parler, mais j'ai un drôle d'histoire qui s'est passé en Espagne. Bro, ma soeur m'a
I wanna hear it.
rendu addicted to thrift shops.
Oh,
Addicted! The thrift shops in Spain are insane. Insane.
Are you
J'ai acheté
serious?
un manteau en cuir, un motorcycle leather jacket pour 35 pièces. A vintage motorcycle jacket. My sister, quand on était à Gibraltar, elle était fâchée, right? Parce qu'on est allé à Gibraltar, elle a payé 300 Canadiens, 150 pounds, parce que c'est un British area. She paid 150 pounds for a motorcycle leather jacket. And I found the same one in black at the friperie for 35 euros. Yeah, it's a bit used, whatever, but it's like, it's a vintage leather jacket, you know?
But when you got there, didn't you... C'était-tu comme un petit peu le genre un petit gypsy market, genre où est-ce que tu...
Bro,
où est-ce que t'as genre plein d'affaires comme
yes,
partout,
yes,
genre?
yes,
Okay.
yes. So
it was cluttered.
I love that you brought this up. I love that you brought this up, Phil. Because when we went to the first thrift shop, la première friperie, everything was cheap. Tout était pas cher, but you had to look for them in the aisles. You had to take time, and it's like you said, it's part of the deal. You gotta look, you gotta hunt, and you gotta find what you're looking for. And then we went, because there's like 10 thrift shops all on the same street. We went to another thrift shop that was what my sister calls it, curated. Curaté?
Okay.
Curated?
Ouais, ouais,
what is
curated.
that? I don't even know. Yeah.
No, in French,
curated.
I see. In French, I need to check for the direct translation, but it's not.
So yeah, it was a curated thrift shop. Everything was in order. All the Fendi, Louis V, all the brand stuff was all together in one aisle. But it was expensive. It was probably what you would pay if somebody on Facebook Marketplace was selling it to you, type of thing. So no, I just wanted to bring that up because that was
interesting. So there's value in sorting and curating,
right?
Either stuff or information,
right? And the same thing happens in your head, right? It's like, I love the analogy because it's the same shit that happens in your head. If your head is a mess,
and your life and your house, and
that means you're gonna have low value experiences.
Boom.
In a really deep way.
So we like it when we go to the grocery store, everything is sorted out and we can find our stuff.
You put a value on it.
So there's value to that. When you go to the thrift shop, it's 30 cents and boom, you find a piece of, wow, a treasure.
Yeah.
How? Well, because you sorted out by yourself. You clarified by yourself. So there's value in there. And I feel like people need to like capture more the importance of sorting out all the little things. And now, like more than ever, I feel like, you know, work and life and your kids and your extracurricular and everything that you want to like do, your goals, everything now more than ever is mixed inside like your phone. And people are like, yeah, I keep everything in my phone. I keep everything. Yeah, like we all do, but is it sorted?
Yo, don't call me out, bro. I know you're
no, but it's,
I know you're calling me out on that,
everyone
bro.
answer. It's everyone answer. But now I just feel more than ever, everything is in one place, but it's not sorted. It is not like it's clogging your brain more than you think. I sort certain things on my phone that I don't like. There's other things that I sort out on my desk. Work stuff is all at my desk. I can't carry all these. I have a few, but I cannot carry all of them. So I carry one with me. That's for other things. But everything that's work related as its own place, and it helps me keep everything out of my brain that's work related. At least the rest I could keep. So let's say like my personal health appointments or like other things I could keep on my phone because now that is out. I used to have I have like 10,000 emails. Like it's impossible to keep everything on my phone. I would have to keep like one work phone and one personal phone, which I tried once and it was just total crazy. Just total
But
crazy.
I feel like that's a personal thing, though. That's a everybody's different when it comes to organize. As long as you're organized in your own shit, as long as you know where your stuff is, like I don't think it really matters if you have it written down on a board or like in your phone.
No, it's not where
No.
you write it. It's not where you write it down. Is it sorted? So
The thing is, bro,
have
you
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 planned
have
the
your
next
phone.
action towards
Yeah, but
like
look,
you need to
you,
be on
you
the
have your
front end?
look. You have your phone with you at all times, right? It's always in your pocket. So that means that you have your whole life with you at all times in your pocket. Whenever you need it, it's easily accessible. If you're, for example, at the store or you're on a job site, but you have some information that you need, but it's on your desk at home and it's on your work desk. What do you have to do? You're gonna have to call your wife, hope that she's home, and yeah, babe, can you go check? I need the like
No,
just to
but
give you.
I'm gonna give you instances where your phone is in like it's not gonna give you the proper help that you need to clarify and like it's a good tool, but it's not the proper assistant for everything. So let me give you an example. Right now, my phone is being used as my camera, so I can't use it for anything. So that's one instance. Okay, but you could tell me, oh, why, mais là, c'est pas juste. Okay, but I still have this to take down some notes, and as we're talking, I could write it down and use it later. My phone is in no use right now. That's one.
Yeah, but that's a $40 solution. Just buy a webcam. Like that's.
That's a $40 solution. So I was expecting you to like
To say something like that,
to say
right?
something like that. So let
Because
me
it's the
just.
truth.
Mais c'est vrai, mais en attendant, je l'ai pas. So on va se dire les vraies choses. Comme this is my cap. This would be my capturing device that's not being like it's not usable right now. If I don't have another capturing routine, a proper capturing routine to capture just things, that come little thing. It has to be little. It has to be the little things because
Look,
sometimes
if I
it's the
remember
little
it
things
correct,
that clogs you.
if I remember correctly, the Getting Things Done book. What's that guy's name? Alan something.
Yeah, David Allen.
David Allen. He even says it like everybody has a different preferred method of taking down notes, but he says
Yeah.
what's important is that you have it on you when you need it. Like for
And
example, he's like personally, I like to have my little notebook in my pocket with a pen. So when I'm at the grocery store, I just take it out, whatever. So like he kind of does say like I feel like you are a super organized guy. Like you are like, yeah, we all have our problem, but I feel like you have a system that works for you and you're advocating for that system. When I think that everybody has a kind of a different method. I kind of felt a little bit triggered with that comment. I'm joking.
it's funny that you bring. No, it's cool. It's very cool that you bring because you know what, some people might be listening and some people might feel triggered by what I say. I hope they feel triggered because there's something about organization and being organized. What's being organized if you never get to that state because you keep getting more and more and more incoming stuff? So I'm the type of guy who builds new businesses every month, every now and then. I'm just like, everybody's telling me, hey, one is enough. I'm like, no, I have new ideas. So let's just build new stuff, go to Germany, build a new company. Like, who cares? Come, let's go horizontal.
I love that.
Vertical, yeah, but let's say I have multiple verticals going on. Ouais, mais là, c'est beaucoup de travail et d'organisation. True. But if you have systems, and if you have systems in place for each vertical, they organize themselves. So that's how but organized, like you feel like I'm an organized guy. I feel like there's always like there's no such thing as being organized because I'm trying to go up, 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 up all the time. So this is always these systems have to be improved at all time. I'm growing, like I'm trying to grow these things. So they were organized last month because that at that state with that volume, it was working for me. Now it has to be updated every now and then, every time it grows. So these systems that you have, some people they feel like, oh, you arrived there. Okay, now I'm organized. Cool. What are you gonna do with that? You're gonna stay there? Like $65,000 a year. I'm happy with that. Cool. What if
I feel like you have to go through periods of disorganization and then
boom,
solve the problem.
basement
So,
flooded?
for example, when you're expanding,
Basement flooded. Now
it's like
you're
you
now
said,
you need to pay $55,000.
yeah, let's pour fucking
grand.
cement inside.
You understand? So the state of being organized has to be dynamic. It has to. You have to like be able to capture. It's good. You're capturing on your phone. But what if that system is not enough for your new basement flooded situation? Now you have people coming in every single day for work. The insurance company, you need to call a bunch of people while you're at work because you need to work twice the shifts because you're making 65 grand a year. You need to make $100,000 this year. You need to make those extras. You called your boss and you asked them, hey, t'as-tu d'autres choses pour moi? This is brand new, bro. So your system of organization was working. It's not anymore. It's just not.
So it's time to change. It's time to.
It's time for an update. But you like I said, like capturing is one part. Second part is directing yourself to make a decision, like front end decisions on what has to like what this particular, like let's say call the insurance, like this is new, this is okay, flooded basement, boom. Let's talk about that new situation, flooded basement. What's the first move you need to do? Everybody would panic in these situations. I was waiting. I was outside with my boots and I was like, okay. Until the water was not coming in, I didn't have that first front end decision to make, but you've got options. You could panic, call your dad, call everyone, mom, it's flooding, but it's not going to change anything. If you have systems in place for these new situations coming in, you're not going to panic. Anxiety is not going to fill your body. You're going to be able to just like, okay, focus on capturing. You're not going to, if your basement is being flooded, where you're taking your notes is not going to be relevant. Admit, like, sur mon cell, sur un pad, c'est pas ça qui est important. C'est pas ça qui est important, là. OK, je dois appeler les assurances. Je l'écris sur un pad. Ça change rien. C'est pas ça qui change quelque chose. Ce qui change quelque chose, c'est how easy it is to sort out what the next action will be for all the moves you're going to have to pull throughout the weeks, since you're going to have like months of recovering. So these months of recovering are going to bring like hundreds of new tasks. How easy is it for you to flex your schedule and calendars and systems? I feel like for most people, this is not like something that's being really like, there's no thought applied to this that much. And it's such a stress reliever to have systems in place. And especially for me, it was just like being able to create more. So being able to just say, hey, I have an idea, I have an opportunity there. It's not a question of money, because okay, you can always delegate like 100,000 tasks to like a bunch of people if you have the money, but still you don't have the real sense of control over your things. You're just gonna delegate a bunch of things. It's not gonna come out.
You're gonna feel lost. Like, you know what? Like I was saying, like, man, yesterday, Monday, I was fucking lost because you know what? I took a vacation and I just said, fuck TD. I'm just gonna leave everything as is. I'm on vacation. I'm just gonna let it be. I'm gonna try to, relax, whatever. Man, you're supposed to come back, relax after vacation. I came back and everything was a disaster. Why? Because I just let go of writing shit down and staying on top of my stuff. And so all this, like,
What stuff for fun?
all this,
For fun, what stuff? What stuff you let it?
mostly basic stuff, like just
The small
mostly
stuff.
basic
It's
stuff.
always the small stuff.
It's always the small stuff for sure. And
Crazy.
like now I'm getting ready to travel. I'm going to Germany to spend time with my girl. And then from there, I'm going back to Montreal. So I'm leaving Portugal for a couple months. And now I come back from vacation. I have 1 week. I need to prepare. I have my I have my daily obligations. I work. I have my real estate. I have my stuff. And I'm like, shit, I have all this stuff to do now before. No, sorry. I'm like, what do I have to do before I leave? Not what do I have to do? I don't have it written down. I didn't take any notes. I'm like, fuck. And then after I took some time this morning, I sat down. I said, okay, I'm just going to relax and I'm going to just meditate. So I kind of did like a meditation, just searching my brain, searching my phone because I had some notes written down. I had some stuff written down. And then I wrote everything down, or I think it's everything. So now I have somewhat of my stuff written down and I already feel so much better. But I know that there's stuff missing. I know that I have more preparation to do before I leave because let's face it, I'm going to be gone for a couple months and I have a couple properties that I need to make sure that, when you're leaving for a while, I need to make sure like the electricity's off, this, that, the water, whatever. There's a couple things that I need to go to the hardware store. I need to fix some things before I leave. So I'm like, bro, I have my work. I have this. I have that, bro.
So be honest. Be honest. How many different list titles do you have on your phone?
I don't just use my phone. I say my phone, but bro, I also have. Trust me, bro.
So you have multiple systems.
I have books. I have multiple, bro. I don't talk bad about taking notes. I do it with. I have a book for everything. I have one book for my real estate for taking notes. I have organized books for taking notes for different things.
Okay, so you do have different lists.
I have one for Uninet. I have one for fucking, bro. I have all kinds of books, bro. I have all
okay,
kinds
so
of,
just like me, so you do have different title and list.
And in my office, in my room, I have a whiteboard. I love the whiteboard, and I have markers, and I write it down. So I do have a bunch of systems. I just prefer the phone. I think it's amazing. Because like I use iCloud. So let's say I put something on the calendar on my phone, I get it on my computer, I get it everywhere. Get it on all.
Do you get
my
to
phones.
like sit down and retrieve everything at one place? So do you forget things? Like, is it because since it's on the whiteboard, it could like get lost on the whiteboard because it's not on your phone?
going to get lost. It's not going to get lost because before I erase it, I'm going to make sure that it's plugged into the system.
Okay.
I'm gonna make sure that
so the whiteboard is just for taking notes right away,
and it's just
and then you have to like enter it in the system. So it's
first of all, it's therapeutic to write with those big fat markers. Number one, number two, I have it in my face all day because it's written in big on the wall.
And until it's erased, this is the
until
system.
It's erased. Yeah, exactly.
So until it's erased. So basically, you do have a system.
So that's
it's interesting.
Yeah, I have a system. It's just that when I was on vacation, I was like, meh, fuck it. I was like.
So where did you capture it in vacation? Where would be the capture device during vacation?
It would be my phone.
If I'm on vacation, it would be your phone, and then from the phone, once you get home, where should it go?
So then when I came home, I took out my phone for all the things that I captured on vacation, and I wrote it down in my book. I actually wrote it down in the book. So I went from phone to book
directly,
just because I like it. I like writing it down. It's I find it stimulates your brain a bit, as opposed to typing it in your phone. I find it's better to write. I'm agreeing with you.
So let's say for any like real estate manager right now, because that's what you are, like while you're on 1 week vacation, okay, you have. We're not going to talk about Uninet because Uninet is like a whole different dimension. Let's just talk about the properties and the rentals. You're in a 1 week vacation, and let's just say everything went well. You didn't have like to figure out for problems or anything. Just like everything went as supposed to. What would be the typical 1 week stuff that needs to be captured and that couldn't go like inside the system, that you like as you came back you had to like put inside the system? What would be, and how could you say, like, for people, because there's a bunch of people who are managing properties, they're renting on Airbnb, and they're not necessarily like professional, they don't have like those systems in place, they don't have a CRM necessarily, they don't have like all these things. How could we like capture stuff inside that vacation week and better like sort it out as soon as we come back, so we feel better on Monday?
That's a
Monday
good question.
morning.
That's a good question. What I would do differently is I wouldn't say fuck tea. I would actually take the time. No, because that's what I did on vacation.
Yeah.
Because listen, on vacation, I knew that I'm leaving. I knew I'm leaving the country, and I have some closing stuff to do. I need to, first of all, there's some work that I wanted to do. I wanted to renovate certain things in my apartment. So it's like, okay, I want to go to my apartment before I leave with a notepad and say, okay, I want to fix the toilet bowl. I want to rip out the bathtub. And I have 1 week to do it. And so it's the fact that I'm like, okay, when I get back from vacation, then I'll take my notepad out and then I'll write everything down. So all the time leading up to the point where I wrote everything down, I was miserable. Not miserable, but I was stressed out. I was like, fuck, I have all this shit. I have all this shit to do. That's why yesterday I was working and I was lost. I was like, and I had all those other things on my mind. It's really important to be organized, man. It's like, especially when you have a lot going on. It's if you just have one job, you know what? I think it's more for people like us that it's important to be organized because we have a lot of shit going on. But for the regular person that just has a one job and it's their career job, whatever, like, I don't think they have as many outside of work to.
I don't agree. I have to disagree. I feel like if you're a living creature, you have something to do, you have some kind of purpose. If you're a bird, you need to do some stuff before winter.
And I'd be surprised, man. I don't think the majority.
No, but bro, yeah. like what's the majority? Like I don't know. Like I don't want to talk about too much. Like what's the majority, because I don't know what's the majority. Like people, like, what do I know? Like I just feel like most people that live on this planet, unless you're un sans-abri, bro, and you don't want to live inside a house, and your only concern is drug, bro. Even them, they know what to do before the end of the night to get drugs, to get the money for drugs. So I feel like I have to disagree. Anyone have something to do will feel the stress or the anxiety that you described as soon as stuff starts accumulating. Your interests are not, tes assurances sont pas renouvelées, t'as pas refait faire ta carte d'assurance maladie, faut que tu ailles au CLSC, tu l'as pas fait depuis.
For sure.
I feel for anyone, like it will happen in life that they had some sense of loss of control and anxiety.
I like that you brought that up with the carte maladie. That's a good example. But I'm not disputing that. It's just I can't compare me to anybody else because everybody's different. And not for anything, I have, I'm traveling from one country to the next, and I have to make sure that, I have property here. I need to make sure that it's all in order before I go, because if something happens and I'm not here, God forbid,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I definitely have more than the average person as far as responsibility than the average person. I would think so. But
what would you say about the average real estate manager? Let's say.
No.
How would you talk? If you had to talk in front of 100 real estate managers, because I know we're posting this on LinkedIn, so there's a bunch of real estate managers right now. or later on maybe that would watch this, and they would feel like, or some of them, they start and they don't have properties like you do. And the level, like at some point, we were talking about being organized. What's being organized if you're managing one property or if you're managing 100? It's not the same level of organization. You're not going to feel organized right now if you had 100 properties to manage. It would not be the same level.
No, because I don't have the system right now for that, like you were saying earlier. I don't have that system, right?
It would be extremely stressful. So let's, like, if you put yourself in that situation.
But if you have the right systems, it'll be less stressful, because who was it that says that it's easier to run a big business? It's easier to run a large business because you have more resources to hire people and to have the right people in place.
And also you have the experience.
Right now, I'm a one-man show right now at this current moment, right? I'm still like kind of starting up my journey.
You still have cleaning ladies. You still have, you still have people.
I still have people for sure, but I'm managing everything myself now. I want to eventually get to a level where it's managed by other people for sure. But right now I'm still I don't think I'm big enough to start giving out those profits, those precious profits, But anyways, that's another story.
It's not. But, it's actually not. It's actually.
But somebody who has, but no, but to your point, somebody who has 100 properties, I think it'll be easier because that person has the wiggle room and the margins to.
But bro, let's talk about that.
To hire a management company, a real estate management company, and then I would be able to just focus on growing the portfolio.
It's because it's very interesting because you brought up a few points. You said the precious profits at some point. It all depends on what you're trying to build, what you're trying to do, because some people would be happy with one property to manage. They have their property themselves and they manage another, and that's more than enough to manage for them. Mm-hmm. For some people, for some people, managing their own grass is already something. So I remember my dad was successful. He was a successful lawyer for years and years, for 30 years. But managing his own grass was enough for him. He told me, I was like, why don't you buy properties? Like in the neighborhood, you could buy something else. He only wanted to buy for himself. Never wanted to rent. He said, I rented once and it became a mess. Détruit l'appartement, boom, boom, boom. I was young. They took advantage. Finish. My dad, done with real estate. You would never get him invested in something that's real estate involved, like get him involved into real estate.
So he had it was a personal experience that made him decide I don't want to touch this again.
Yeah. For him, it was his projects were about being comfortable and being having a house that's LEED certified, gold LEED certified. For some people, the goals are so different and so specific that you can't really. But these projects brought it has to be organisé. Comme mon père, je l'ai vu travailler fort pour sa maison puis ces choses. And on some other side, I would say, on the if you want to come back to the being organized, that thing that we were talking about, if you want to have, if you don't have to have a multiple properties to feel disorganized, I just own one house, my house, and I want to have nice grass, bro. I'm a bit crazy on grass. I love to have nice green.
So that's a lot of work, right? That's a lot of maintenance.
That's a lot of work,
and it's a stress just in itself, because
I thought it was easy. At the beginning, I thought it was an easy process. I bought the house. The grass was already super perfect, nice.
Yeah.
Perfectly.
That's a lot of work. I know. Je sais parce que mon père, je sais pas si t'as vu ma maison. If you saw my house on.
Ben oui, je me souviens.
All my friends used to tell me you have the nicest grass in the neighborhood. My grass, my dad's grass was green. It was it was green all the time, which nobody saw that the guy's up at 6 a.m. every day. Well, every day.
Ben
Obviously
oui,
he works,
ouais,
but
man.
when he gets home from
Honnêtement.
work, he's in his garden, he's in his grass. Weekends, he's up at 5, 6 in the morning. I hear the espresso machine going on, and the guy, and me, I'm waking up like a bum at 10 a.m. I wake up, he's still working on the grass. I don't know what he's doing, cutting the grass, putting the seeds, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
I know. I realized I was your dad this year when I realized that nice looking grass is not gonna do it. It's not.
by itself,
It's not by itself. It's not gonna happen by itself, bro. Like the
yeah.
rain is not gonna give you good grass. And
That,
he's
would you
come.
do that? But do you value actually doing it, or do you value the outcome of the
Boom.
green grass?
So boom. So it's l'affaire là-dedans, c'est que
You enjoy it. I know you do. You're my friend, right? We talk all the time, and every time I'm talking to you, you're like, in the summer, you're like, oh yeah, look at these strawberries I just grew. Look at look at my trees. You love it. You're passionate about it.
I just feel like there's. Je pense que c'est intéressant la question que tu as posée. C'est vraiment difficile. It's a good question. You know, for some, it could be different to any people, mais je pense que c'est ça qui fait en sorte que, comme, like you said, moi, ce que j'aime de ça, vraiment, c'est pour ma fille, mes enfants. Ma fille, elle sort, puis la collation is outside. You understand? If they want snack, kids will go outside and eat. That's the culture I wanted to bring. Puis nice grass is inviting to go play outside. And I remember when I was a kid, and I grew old enough to cut the grass myself. Even though I was cutting the grass myself, and then we were going out to play la trampoline, tout ça. On était rendu assez grand, là. J'avais comme 12 ans.
Yeah.
And I was cutting the grass to feel good after to play. How weird. Like, c'était un feeling. C'était, à vous, le
It's
feeling.
not weird at all. It's not weird at all.
Of nice cut grass.
Yeah.
Is satisfying. So there is something that human appreciate about nice looking and nice smelling things around their environment. And it's a choice. It's a choice. So you get to decide, do I want to take care of this or do I not? Like, je sais pas si ça se dit, mais est-ce que j'ai le goût ou j'ai pas le goût? Puis si tu le veux, mais tu veux pas le faire, you're gonna have to pay the price. I've tried that and I did not pay the price. I've had bad results and I was mad.
Or you just live in an apartment. It's a lot simpler. You don't have to deal with that stuff.
But it's a choice.
It's a choice. It's a choice, yeah.
Because
it's lovely to have. For me, it's beautiful to have that situation. Nice grass, nice kids, nice clean house, everything to propre. It's ideal for me, but it's like, bro, I don't want to have to deal with that. I don't want to have to cut the grass. I don't want to have to do that. But I want to be in a situation where I could hire people to do that stuff.
Exactement. Exactement. Fait que c'est là où est-ce qu'il faut. Moi, j'aime ça faire ça. Moi, j'ai la bonne tondeuse, self-propelled, bro, puis j'ai un Honda self-propelled.
Because you probably could be outside with your daughter while you're doing it.
Exactement, c'est ça que je fais. On sort ensemble, elle arrose les plantes avec moi, puis tout. Ben oui.
That's nice. That's nice.
She loves it. Yeah. So, hey, bro, I just looked at the time, bro. I just realized it's 38 minutes.
1:30.
Yeah, ouais, man. Okay, let's go back. See you tomorrow, guys.
It was a nice
very nice talk.
40 minutes, 38 minutes there talking to you about.
C'était pas payé, man. On se reprend demain pour le Winners Wednesday. Ciao, guys.
Sir,
Have a
ciao,
nice
guys.
rest of the day. Ciao.